This is Des Plays, and welcome back to Fallout 4, where today we're going to be taking a look at how I built the bridge from the Adam Cat's garage to the castle, or rather from the castle to the Adam Cat's garage. Kitten or Kiten9 wanted to know how I did this, what mods or other techniques that I used, and I figured it'd be more fun to do a video about it rather than typing out a response. So here we go. The first mod that I used to do this a lot more easily, I don't think it's required, but it does make it a whole lot easier, is the settlement expansion mod by jcoral14, which brings the buildable area from the castle to just beyond that wall over there, all the way out to where those lanterns are right now. I should be able to pull up the workshop from here. Yep, there we go. And so with this mod enabled, we can start our bridge and put down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles before we're not able to put out any more. So that's the first thing. The settlement expansion mod allows us to do this. The second thing is, if you look down at the bottom of the screen, you can see that this bridge is aligned almost directly south. Now the reason that we did that is because where an object exists in the world is dictated by 3 values: the X position, the Y position, and the Z position. The Z position is going to be the height. The X position is where it is on the east-west axis, and the Y position is where it is on the north-south axis. So because this bridge is facing almost directly south, what we're going to do is we're going to console command some of the platforms that we've placed down here. We're going to try to move them south, which would be manipulating the y-axis. Or basically, everything south is going to be subtracting from the y position. So if it's at position 10,000, we would subtract 500 points from the y position, and that would move it south. So let's start, by building a new bridge, because I'm going to show you something that I just learned maybe a few minutes ago while I was messing around with this. So, like I said, I eyeballed the position of this to get it facing directly south, but we don't have to do that. You see, this one isn't facing south at all. So what we can do is select that, and no, not mod position. What we can do is set position Z, or no, not set position Z. That would be terrible. Set angle Z. If I can type this out correctly, set angle Z to 0, and now this object is facing exactly north, or now this object is aligned exactly north, south, east, west. Might be a little bit high, but it is on the correct thing. I suppose we should put a ladder in there. Okay, so we put our ladder in, so now it's time to add some more platforms. We can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can we do 6? No, we can't do 6. Alright, so what we're going to do now, because we can't build anything further out there, so what we're going to try to do is move these far enough away from this existing settlement so that we can put down a new settlement with Chesko's mod to add on to the, to add more of these foundations in there. Now, each of these foundations is exactly 256, I guess we'll call them units of length. So in order to get the same configuration where they're at right now, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what we need to do to get them, to move them south and then have them still be aligned, is change their Y position, or subtract their Y position by 256 points for each one. So that'll be 256, 512, 768, 1024, and 1,280, I believe. Some of you who are better than math. Hey, look at that. We defended Eager Tours Marina. All right. Some of you who are better than math will probably, or might find some mistakes in there. So what we're going to do is select that one and make sure that you're selecting the right object. You don't want to move the ocean. You can usually tell it's a settlement object if the item you select begins with FF. If it doesn't begin with FF, keep clicking because you don't have a settlement object selected. So what we're going to do is mod position Y. So we're going to be moving it along the north-south axis, and we're going to be subtracting from it, so it's going to be going south, and we'll move that 1,280 points. And there it goes. All right, so next we can do this one, and we'll mod position, no, we can actually do the same thing, right? Mod position Y, 1,280. There we go. And so we just select the next one, hit the up arrow, and that'll repeat the command. All right, let's go to our existing bridge to see if that actually looks correct. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. There when you're doing these mod position commands like this, you are gonna get like I don't know if you can tell if you look over at the right hand side of the screen, they do blur a bit because I don't know why that is. But all you have to do is go into the workshop and select them again. Let me see if I can do that. So all you have to do is select it and then cancel, and that will get rid of all that. So we have those 5 moved down. Let's see if we can do 5 more of these. One, 2, 3, 4. Will it fit? 5. All right. Excellent. All right. So now we have a 10. The bridge is 10 things long. So let's do it again. Okay, so we're at the new end of our new bridge here, and we're almost halfway there. This is actually a whole lot easier than the first time I did this. If I had known about that set angle z to 0, I would have done that, and this would have been a breeze. This wouldn't have taken nearly as long, because what I did was I eyeballed it, like I said, and then then I started moving all the tiles south. And when I did that, because I was only moving them, because it was not exactly south, and because I was only moving them south, they were off on the x-axis, so they were a little bit off to the side. I suppose let me show you that. So this one, when I moved it, would have been like ended up like this if I moved it way out there. Now, in order to fix this easily, I was using the precise object moving and rotating mod. So all I had to do was select the object again, and the x-axis on that mod is bound to the keys 4 and 6. So west would be 4 and 6 would be east. So we need to move it west, so we'd hit the 4 key. And I think that's about right. No, we had it by 1, didn't we? There we go. So now it looks pretty much perfect, which is what I did for pretty much the whole way out there. It's just fine-tuning it a little bit to make sure that they all lined up. Now that we're out this far, this might be far enough that we can go to our aid menu. And where is it? And we can put down the campsite from Chesco. And then we go to settlement expansion. A little bit of time will pass. And now we have a new workshop. Or now we have a new build area. Now I believe that we're all right to do this that close to the existing settlement, because we're not going to keep this here and we're not going to have any settlers. So, I mean, if you want to play it safe, you could go a little bit further. As you saw, it's not that difficult to do. So, going this way, this allows us to place more of these down. And once we hit the edge of the settlement, we can just, again, console command all of them exactly to where we need them to be. As you can see, we are more than halfway now, and that took almost no time at all. So, yeah, this is actually, don't do it the way that I originally did it. Do it this way. This is way easier. Once you're done placing more of the objects down, or more of the tiles down, and you've console commanded them into the right position, we'll just go back to the workshop and dissolve settlement. So as you can see, we've scrapped the workshop. The workshop is gone. We no longer have a settlement here, and we're going to be able to build the settlement somewhere else. Now, the way that I did this was because I wanted stairs at the end of the bridge. I used the settlement in the middle to get me very, very close to the edge of the land over there, and then I put in another workshop / settlement, and was able to put the stairs and those lights right there. And then once I had that done, then I got rid of that settlement as well. So you can see this really didn't take very much time at all, and this was actually a whole lot easier than the first time I did it, especially with setting the angle to 0, setting the Z angle to 0 at the beginning to make sure that it was facing exactly north-south. That is a much easier way to do it, and it shouldn't be that hard to get one of these bridges running out to Spectacle Island. That would be pretty handy as well. So anyway, if you have any questions, just to go through the mods once again, it's settlement, expansion, precise object moving and rotating if you need to fine tune anything. You could probably do this also with place in red or place anywhere. I believe place anywhere with script extender also has that additional functionality, although I've been using precise object moving and rotating so long and for so many like minor little things that yeah, I'm not going to be playing without it. Anyway, so like I said, if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, please feel free to leave a comment. Anyway, I thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.